This is breaking news.
Strong stage presence. Sask, singer Rebecca Strong wins Canada's Got Talent. I was overwhelmed with a lot of emotions, said Strong. Happy, filled with pride, and I honestly couldn't believe it. On Tuesday night, the Prince Albert, Sask-based singer was on stage in Niagara Falls for the finals of Canada's Got Talent Season 4, vying for national recognition and the $1 million prize. Article content. With her cover of Adele's Rolling in the Deep, 20-year-old Strong said she wanted to honor one of her biggest musical inspirations while showing Canada her own powerful and raw and emotional interpretation of the song. I gave it my all, she said. I was just there to perform at that point. Perform for Canada, for everyone back home, for my family. And after Canadians across the country had cast their votes for their favorite acts of the night, Strong heard the life-changing news on live TV. She won. I was very emotional, she said. I couldn't stop crying, and I was overwhelmed with a lot of emotions. Happy, filled with pride, and I honestly couldn't believe it. The next morning, it still hadn't quite sunk in, but she couldn't keep the smile off her face. I feel great. It hasn't really hit me yet. I don't think I'm in reality at the moment, but I'm sure it will soon. It feels crazy that everyone can come together and support me like this. A year ago, I was just at home doing my thing, living my normal life. Of course, I performed locally, but Canada didn't really know who I was. Throughout her Canada's Got Talent season, Strong said she has felt embraced by old and new friends, loved ones, and supporters all across the country, from family members in the audience to the friends from home who brought her to tears with their reaction videos, to the little kids who now come up to her in public to talk about their own singing dreams, to the fellow artists and competitors she met along the way. Fellow finalist Aishin Sati is one of my great friends now, she said. I'm so grateful that I met him because he made this process so comfortable and is one of my biggest supporters, and I'm one of his biggest supporters. With this wind at her back, Strong has big plans for the future of her music career. She dreams of touring, giving back to the Prince Albert community that has lifted her up every step of the way, and being an inspiration to other young Indigenous and Northern musicians. She also has big plans for her $1 million prize, adding to the $25,000 she won earlier in the season for a stand-up audition. I'm going to buy a hot pink truck. That's probably going to be my first purchase, she said. I also want to help my dad pay off his debt and retire, and I'll probably go on a trip with my family. Then I'll put the rest away. Strong grew up performing with her family at festivals and concerts in the Prince Albert area. She remembers her dad taking her to the Prince Albert Winter Festival when she was just 5 years old so they could sing Leaving on a Jet Plane for the hometown crowd. That's where she first fell in love with performing, she said. But 5-year-old Rebecca never dreamed she would make it this far just 15 years later, or that she'd be standing on the precipice of a whole new world of possibilities. I tell her to be more confident in herself, said Strong, thinking of her younger self. She wasn't very confident, just in general. I'd say to take those risks, be who I am, and perform like I've never performed before on every stage. Never hold back. The Saskatoon Star Phoenix has created an afternoon headlines newsletter that can be delivered daily to your inbox so you are up to date with the most vital news of the day. Click here to subscribe. With some online platforms blocking access to the journalism upon which you depend, our website is your destination for up-to-the-minute news, so make sure to bookmark thestarphoenix.com and sign up for our newsletters so we can keep you informed. Click here to subscribe.